Hey guys, and welcome to day 7. It is February 17th, and today has been interesting to say the least. Just so you know, if you ever get called for jury duty and you have to go, it's an all-day thing, so you need to bring your food. I did not know that. I was running late, and it's an hour and 15-minute drive from my place, so I brought a Fit Crunch protein bar, which I love. It's the chocolate peanut butter one. It was delicious, and I thought I was being smart by bringing that because I was like, okay, I'll be there like an hour, maybe 2 hours, and then I'll get dismissed and get to go. No, jury duty is like you're there 8 to 5, like a job. Anyways, so that's why I'm doing my devotional in the car. We actually have like 10 minutes and then we have to go back in there for the rest of the day. So needless to say, my day has been interesting, but of course I started it this morning with my devotional before I left. And the title for today's devotional is Supernatural Rest. And it goes on to talk about how it gives an example of as children, you mature and you encounter various disappointing circumstances. So then you either learn to distrust more and more, or you learn to rely on God, who never changes and is always faithful. It doesn't mean that God always does what we expect him to do or want him to do, but he always does what's right for you, and he has a bigger plan for things. So and I know that's so incredibly true for me. I know, like, when I was a kid, there were some things that absolutely shattered my world. Like when my parents got divorced, it was just started the worst years of my life. And thanks, Dad. Just kidding. I know he doesn't watch this. But I wish back then that I had the relationship that I have with God now, because I could have skipped a lot of really awful things and experiences, but I don't regret any of it because it's made me into the person that I am today. And so basically it just goes on to say that if you put your trust in God, then because God is faithful and he never changes and he's always there, and he can be the one constant thing in life. So I know, like, when things are always changing and things seem totally out of control, a lot of us women especially, we like to have something that we can control. And so I think that's why a lot of us OCD people, we like to do like macros or dieting or whatever, because it's something that we can control in the midst of chaos. And so that's why even when like really bad things happen, I usually stay on my diet, because if everything else is chaos, there's at least one thing that I can control. And I don't know how that really relates. I guess I'm just trying to say that God is one thing that he's unwavering. He's not going to change. He's always there. He always loves you. And there's never anything that's too big for him. So any of your troubles, any of your fears, just bring it to him and ask him to help you with it. And so the prayer today, or at the end, it says, trusting him brings a supernatural rest into our soul that allows us to enjoy life and live free from the tyranny of fear. And I found this to be true. Again, just going back to the example of when Rambo passed away a few months ago, that was some of the craziest thing that I've ever dealt with. And it was like chaos, and it was traumatic, and it was some of the worst pain that I've ever felt. But in the midst of all of that, in the midst of all of it, I did have some sense of peace or supernatural rest that they're talking about here. And it's simply because I knew that, yes, this hurts. Yes, I need to experience it, but God's got my back and I'm going to be okay. And so I hope that helps you today. I want to read something from the other one as well, as usual. Let's see. So in the Jesus Calling devotional, it talks about how God is making a new creation in you. So he's making you new. He doesn't want you to hold on to old ways or, what does it say? Let's see. Old things passing away and new things continually on the horizon. When you cling to old ways and sameness, you resist my work in you. So God's working in you to create something amazing, and to create you the woman or the man, if you're a man watching this, that you're supposed to be and that he created you to be. So the more open that you are to that, the more that you can let go of yesterday's troubles, last week's troubles, last year's troubles, or whatever it might be, and the more open you are to just what today has to offer you and what God is going to be doing in you today, and the circumstances and opportunity that he brings you, the more that you're going to turn into that person that he created you to be. So, oh, and I liked this. It said, it's easy to make an idol of routine, finding security within the boundaries you build your life around. So it's so easy for us to get caught up in the routine of, you know, waking up, doing this, going to work, you know, Monday through Friday. On the weekends, we do this, and then we start it all over again on Monday, and just being in that same routine because it's comfortable. So don't try to fit into yesterday's mold. Today's a new day, new opportunities are going to arise, new circumstances, and just take life as it comes. You know, I was just talking to Randy about this yesterday. Randy Kennedy, she has a YouTube channel. If you guys don't follow her, you need to, because she is quickly becoming a really good friend now that we get to hang out in person. We were talking about how, you know, I don't know why we're so surprised when something bad happens or something doesn't go our way or something really awful happens. Life is just constant ups and downs over and over. So if you can stop being so shocked by something like that happening and just saying, okay, how can I best deal with this right now in the moment? Because this too shall pass. So regardless of what's going on, just know that another high is coming. And if you're at a high right now in your life, and that's amazing, and enjoy every second of it, and don't take anything for granted. And I hope that you appreciate it so much more. Because, you know, it's not always going to be rainbows and butterflies. So that's all I have for you guys today. I got to go back in and do my jury duty service. So I'm going to go service my government. And I hope that you guys have a great day. And I've been loving your comments and your feedback. Feel free to comment down below. And let me know what you got out of today. If you read it or if you just watched the video. And if you got anything out of what I said, then that's awesome. So give this video a thumbs up if you would like. And I will see you guys tomorrow. Bye.